If you're going to step in the ring with me, no, I'm not going to hold back. If it's going to be combat, it's going to be combat. And I'm going to use every trick in the book to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present Philosophy Fight Night. And the contenders are Stefan Molyneux and Derek. And here are your hosts, Dan Brooker and Frank Cusack.
Yeah, big hi, folks. This is Frank Cusack here with my partner, Dan Brooker. And Dan, this is going to be some fight. Yeah, it sure is, Frank, but who is this young kid who only goes by the name of Derek? Well, I don't know where he came from, but he's got a big job on his hands tonight. He sure has. I mean, Molyneux's the king of philosophy. That's right. He makes Socrates look like that old drunk at the end of the bar crying in his beer. That's right. Okay, looks like something's going on there. Let's go down to the ringside.
What are Donald Trump's biggest flaws? That is from Derek.
Trump seems to be a pathological liar, a pompous narcissist, and an ignoramus on a plethora of issues.
Oh my gosh, that was a blow to Molyneux. Molyneux's not going to like that one.
He appears to lack critical thinking and can be wildly inconsistent on policy prescriptions. So I feel like that should be stated as like the general gist of what I'm going to be talking about.
You can state that all you want, but I mean, it seems to be, you get that that's all weasel words designed to have you excuse yourself.
Wow, it's really starting to heat up, Frank. Yeah, this kid looks really good.
So you guys put out a video about how the left is saying Russia hacked the election and here's the evidence for it, right? And you show nothing because that's the evidence concerning Russia hacking. The thing is that Donald Trump has also made an unsubstantiated claim about the election, saying that if you subtract the millions of illegal votes, he would have won the popular vote. And there's no talk about that on the show or anything. And that's a problem for me. And that's kind of one of the reasons I'm on the show.
Dan, I think Molyneux realizes he's got a fight on his hands. Yeah, but I think Molyneux will change tactics.
Did you give us a link for that?
No, I did not. I can give you...
Why?
Well, because I was going to make the case on the show, and I didn't know if you...
But you don't give me a chance to research it ahead of time. Do you think that's fair?
Wow, that was a surprise. I mean, Molyneux's been licking Trump's ass for the last 18 months or so, and... Yeah, in 18 months he should know everything about Trump. Yeah, that was a bit sneaky, I think. Oh, look, the referee's talking to Molyneux. Yeah, I think he's going to lose points on that one.
Relatively common knowledge that Donald Trump said this. Have you not heard of this? Is this new?
I haven't read everything that he's said. I mean...
he's lying.
So he's saying that there are millions of illegal votes, and that's why he lost the popular?
Yes.
If he says, this is how I communicate, this is how I get people to talk about stuff, this is how I get issues to the forefront. You remember this when he said there were thousands of Muslims celebrating the fall of the Twin Towers on 9/11.
Yes.
And I saw people, and I saw them on television.
There are no indicators that this ever happens.
And then it turned out that, hundreds? Well, nobody knows for sure.
Dan, I would say a handful. I agree on that one, Frank. And Molyneux's struggling here.
But people were saying, well, no, it wasn't thousands. And then people say, well, let's try and figure out what the real number was. And people engage in that out of outrage. So...
Yeah, outrage because he's lying. Exactly.
He's not lying because...
He is fucking lying. Frank, you just swore on live TV. Oh, Jesus.
He's saying, I use this strategy all the time to get people to talk about
How
stuff.
is it not lying? A lie is still a lie, regardless if you told us you use lie.
Wait, is he lying? We don't know if he's lying.
He doesn't know, so claiming that he has knowledge that he simply does not is a lie.
Wow, Derek's got him up against the ropes.
It's called truthful hyperbole.
Okay.
My God, he recovered from that pretty quick. Well, they say that Molyneux's completely devoid of any feeling at all. Oh, well, that explains it.
Let me rebut the truthful hyperbole claim.
Wow, this is going to be good. Oh, wait a minute. Molyneux just jumped out of the ring. Oh, no, he's jumped back in again, and he's got a big piece of blue card. Oh, I think he's going to say something.
Truthful hyperbole. It's an innocent form of exaggeration.
Well, in my book, it's a lie, Frank. Yeah, I agree.
All right, I have a ton of other things I want to discuss as well, so if you're ready to press on.
I am most enjoying this, so please do.
What a smug bastard. Frank, please.
Let's talk about some of the lies. Okay, so you have a video talking about how Hillary Clinton is a pathological liar, right?
But let's deal with something that's more generally known.
Okay.
Right, when she says that she never sent or received any classified material.
Okay, that's fine. So
I would assume that you're very concerned about Hillary Clinton lying
okay,
as well,
you're
right?
trying to pivot into Hillary Clinton.
No, if you're concerned about lying...
Yes, and
right.
Hillary Clinton has told plenty of lies. I know that. I'm aware of that. I'm trying to have a discussion with you about Donald Trump. though. That's what.
No, you're trying to have a discussion with me about lying.
Wow, look at that expression on Molyneux's face. That's because he knows he's getting his ass whipped.
The preface for this entire discussion was, what are Donald Trump's biggest flaws? Does that not imply I'm talking about Donald Trump? Have we not been talking about Donald Trump this whole time, pretty much?
Well, yes, but your concern
Fantastic.
with Donald Trump is that he's lying,
Yes.
and therefore you would be very concerned about lying, particularly in public office.
Okay, then why don't we talk about
lies
everyone
that may
lying?
have something to do with invasions. Those kinds of lies, I think, would be fairly important relative to, well, it's not quite this number, quite that number about illegal immigrants.
Oh, the crowd don't like that one. No, that was well below the belt, Frank. Yeah, he went right into man-baby mode.
I don't appreciate your inflection of me in that tone that is meant to portray me as childish. I don't appreciate that at all. That's not very honest debate.
Okay, then let's talk. Then prove me wrong by getting outraged about the actual lies that Hillary Clinton has told that has cost lives, rather than exaggerations that Donald Trump has used as part of his political strategy.
Yeah, Molyneux's getting really angry now. He certainly is, Dan, but tell me this. We introduced him as the greatest philosopher the world has ever known, but where did that come from?
Sometimes I really hate being a philosopher, particularly a very good philosopher, which I am.
I don't know. Well, the way he's coming across tonight, it seems to me he's a bit of an asshole. Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Frank.
I am upset about Hillary Clinton's lies. That I don't know why you think that because I'm talking about Donald Trump in this instance that I am somehow not outraged about Hillary Clinton's lies. This is not what I'm here to discuss. I thought this was my call-in and we could discuss whatever I wanted. But you were trying
What?
to
It's
derail.
my damn show. What do you mean?
You can have.
Do you feel you're in charge of my show now? Is that how this works?
Did you hear that? Yeah, sure did. What a hypocrite. He's always saying stuff like, oh, remember, it's not my show, it's your show. Yeah, when he's looking for donations.
I am free to enlighten the world because of you, because of your generosity, your support of the show, and for no other reason. Because of your generosity, that is why I'm able to do what I'm doing, and I thank you. And I just want to tell you, I love you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're telling me how I should run my show. And if I want to talk about something, Hillary Clinton, that's wrong because reasons.
No, you're pivoting from what I was trying to discuss.
What are Donald Trump's biggest flaws? That is from Derek.
And you don't want me to talk about Donald Trump.
So if I have a preference to discuss
something.
something else, Hillary Clinton, that's called a pivot, and that's bad because it's not what you want to talk about.
Donald Trump's biggest flaws.
So you want to be, what, the dictator of the conversation?
Well, it's pretty obvious who the dictator is here. Yeah, without a doubt.
And if I bring up something that's not what you want, Hillary Clinton, you have, a little pissy tantrum. Not quite this number, quite that number. And say that it's a derailment, or I want to get back to the topic, and it's like, oh, because the topic is your topic, and if I have something I want to talk about, Hillary Clinton, that's bad. Is that what you're saying?
I thought we would be able to talk about some of the things that I wanted to talk about.
But we have talked about some of the things that you
Okay.
want to talk
Can
about.
we
We've in
continue
fact
to do
talked
so?
about 2 or 3 times. Excuse me, still talking. We have talked about some of the things that you want to talk about, and now I'm curious whether or not you're a partisan hack, or whether or not you're just anti-Donald Trump because of some insane reason in your brain,
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
or whether you're actually bothered by people in power lying. Why are you focusing on Donald Trump?
Because Donald Trump's gonna be the president and he's gonna have the nuclear codes, you bastard! Take it easy, Frank, take it easy. Oh, man!
Okay, the whole point of this show is
You got totally pissy at me having input into the conversation because it wasn't going the way that you wanted.
No,
So you had a hissy fit.
He's not having a hissy fit. He's frustrated because you're not answering his fucking question.
Maybe you've got verbal dominance in your social sphere. Or
Verbal dominance for
you are, of course, very verbally adroit and very intelligent and a good debater, so maybe you just run roughshod over everyone else, but you don't get to run roughshod over me on my own show.
I love you all so much.
If there's a topic I want to bring up, Hillary Clinton, I'm damn well going to bring it up. And if you don't like it, you can go on someone else's show.
It's all there!
If I think something's relevant, Hillary Clinton, it's relevant to me. You don't get to choose
Donald Trump's biggest flaws.
We're having a conversation. And I'm trying to help you here, trying to have you conversation, which isn't just you bossing and having hissy fits.
Thank you for your assistance.
You may say, well, he shouldn't have said this, and he shouldn't have said that. Sorry, man. He got the presidency. I mean, whether you like it or not, what he did worked.
We are for Trump all the way. He's the only man that can make America realize that we need to stand up for our rights.
What happened to your rights?
They've been taken away by Obama.
If you were willing to lie about something we have you on tape saying, what aren't you willing to lie about? And there's just endless examples of this. Does he know Putin? Does he have a relationship with Putin? Just don't contradict yourself a few years later. So that's concerning to me.
Right. Let's just say that he's done I haven't looked them up. Right. Let's just say he's done the things that you say he's done.
Once again, Frank, he hasn't done any research. Oh, come on, Dan. He knows perfectly well what he said about Putin.
Because I actually do some research, right?
I never met Putin. I don't know who Putin is. He said I'm a genius.
Yes, I was in Russia. I was in Moscow recently. I spoke indirectly and directly with President Putin, who could not have been nicer. I do have a relationship, but I have no relationship with him. I don't.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
said
met
for
him.
3 years, 13, 14, and 15, that you did have a relationship with him.
No, look, what do you call a relationship? I mean, he treats me with great respect. I don't think I've ever met him. I never met him. I don't think I've ever met him.
You would know it if you did,
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
He's a fallible human being, and you're a fallible human being, and I'm a fallible human being.
You can say that again, Stefan. Hey, Frank, have you ever seen this one?
Are you going to cheer when they drag me away and throw me in a pit of anal rape?
Jesus, what the fuck was that? Frank, try and tone it down a bit. We're going to lose our jobs. Dan, that scared the shit out of me.
Why are you focusing so much on Donald Trump's imperfections?
He's told plenty of lies that are on tape, right? Like he says X and then says
Okay,
not
no,
X.
I'm not going down this road again. You've already told me he's told lots of lies. That's not my point.
But it's Derek's point, remember?
What are Donald Trump's biggest flaws? That is from Derek.
You have not discussed any of these flaws. If you look at your video history on YouTube, you see almost endless support for Trump.
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump.
So you are a moral hero when you push back against lies. But when I push back against lies about Donald Trump, I'm a bad person. Okay, I'm done. Moving on to the next caller. Thanks very much for your call. It was really enjoyable, but I am so done. I am done like yesterday's dinner.
Well, that's it. It's all over. Amazing. Molyneux's throwing in the towel. It's just a pity that Frank can't be here to witness this. He had to go home. He wasn't feeling too good. But join us next week for another great battle between Noam Chomsky and Alex Jones. Well, Molyneux, looks like you had a rough night tonight. That kid really put you in your place. And all you resorted to was trying to bully him into the ground. But you failed. But you've only got yourself to blame, because you haven't been training hard enough. I mean, look at the sparring partners you get on your show. They're only there to promote their book. And they all agree with you, so what's the point? You need a challenge. You need someone to debate with. Or do you avoid that sort of thing? But why do you protect Trump so much? I mean, I know there are rumors, and you've said that on your own show, that people like you and Alex Jones and all these other purveyors of distorted reality have been paid vast sums of money to get Trump where he is today. Now, personally, I don't believe it, but supposing I came out and said I know for a fact that you've got over $1 million in your bank account. Well, your philosophy business would go down the pan, wouldn't it? Your subscribers are going to say, well, I'm not going to give him $20 a month if he's a millionaire. So, I imagine you would take me to a court of law and sue me for telling lies and destroying your business. But supposing the judge turned around to you and said, I'm sorry, Mr. Molyneux, but the defendant didn't lie. It was just an innocent form of exaggeration. By the way, I'd put a piece of steak over that eye. Looks pretty bad.
When it comes to great stakes, I've just raised the stakes.